Is your personal focus changing at all in 2024 and the years ahead? Are you sticking with COVID? Are you looking towards your industry in general and the things that need to shift in your associations? Where are you going from here?
I'm in a state of vigilance. So listen, we've been messaged by Fauci, Hotez, Tedros, Bill Gates that disease X is coming. The Coalition for Epidemic Preparedness and Innovation has written a very extensive white paper on disease X. It looks like one of these biological threats in one of these biolabs, in fact, may threaten us in the next year, and I'm going to be ready for it.
Hmm. Tell us about the Reclaiming Conference. You're coming here to Canada this June. What made you want to work with this event?
I'm always happy to come to Canada. I've only had a chance to come once before this event. You know, Canada was off limits to us. My wife tried to get in to take care of her sick father, and she was quarantined for 14 days. She couldn't see him. He was in the hospital, confused. It was a tragedy. We finally had to pull my wife's parents out of Canada. They had to take the vaccines. I mean, Canada has been such an awful place through the pandemic. So any chance I have to come and bring Canadians the truth, I'm going to do it. So well, hopefully it'll be a staged presentation. It'll be well attended. I'll make myself more than available to answer questions, help people in any way I possibly can. Again, the live programs are very dynamic. I just gave one last night, a huge one in Southfield, Michigan, just got back to Texas. And again, people stayed for an hour or more afterwards to have their questions answered. Do you know Health Canada and the public health agencies in the United States, they haven't held a single community forum to answer people's questions? Nothing. They have been stonewalled, and they have a ton of questions regarding the virus, the infection, what's coming next. And our governments have basically just made people miserable through the pandemic. And part of it is with this complete lack of transparency on what's going on.
What are you going to be speaking about at the Reclaiming Conference, and why should people come and hear this?
I'm going to give an overview on what I call modern medicine's great controversy. How did we get ourselves into this mess? And I'll have some historical context reaching back to the smallpox and polio vaccine campaigns and what we can learn about what happened there. And moving forward, what is the spike protein? Why is it in our bodies? Why is it manifesting in these ways? What can we do about it? What do we need to know regarding recurrent COVID infection? So McCullough protocols will be featured in the lecture. And I'm going to finish with some comments about over-vaccination or hyper-vaccination and the autism pandemic that we have now. So many parents with children with autism, they're asking a lot of questions and they deserve answers.
I really appreciate your time. I'm looking forward to seeing you in person. I'm going to be there in June myself.
Yeah.
You have a podcast, you're on stages everywhere right now. Where can people learn from you, hear from you? What would you like me to pin in the show notes here for the people?
Well, for your huge audience, have them jump on my Twitter account. Make sure you follow me, turn on the notifications. Now, I have the top doctor account on Twitter of doctors who see patients and who are extensively published. And I'm followed by most of the major media outlets. My podcast comes out every 2 p.m. Saturday and Sunday on America Out Loud. It's called McCullough Report. I interview people from all over the world. I feature many Canadians over the course of time. My Substack is the #1 medical Substack. It's called Courageous Discourse. That's where you get all the graphical abstracts, all the citations. Every paper that I cite will be in Courageous Discourse. Well over 90% of the content's completely free. So make sure you sign up for Courageous Discourse. And then at the event, we're going to have my book. You can get it ahead of time. Courage to Face COVID-19, Preventing Hospitalizations and Deaths While Battling the Biopharmaceutical Complex. It's a bestseller. It's the only book in the COVID era that Amazon attempted to ban off their platform.
Well, you're doing something right there.
Yeah, and we prevailed. There was a tremendous public campaign put on Amazon, said, where is the problem with this book? Books are different than Twitter accounts. Books are works of literary art. That's like someone trying to ban a painting. or and we started doing that. That is a dark, dark um, Nazi or Stalinist time when we begin to ban works of literary art. So after 12 days, Amazon succumbed to the pressure, and they reinstated our book on the platform, which has no offensive content in it. It's just a gripping true crime account of what happened early in the pandemic.
Wow. Well, I'm so glad you were successful in that. Wow. I thank you so much. I know you have another
Yeah.
appointment to get to, so I'll let you go so you can stretch your legs and get your eyeballs off the screen and all the things. But thank you so much. I'm so excited to see you this June in person. Really appreciate your time. I'll make sure everything is linked up in the show. And yeah, I'll see you in a couple months.
All right. See you then.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye.